roadblocks.
Roadblocks, COVID-19.
Get it. Life, babies,
COVID.
work,
Right.
things in the way. But we're here today, though. We're here today. Let's do it.
All right. So, welcome back to DocTalk 360. I'm Dr. Jelani Ingram, also known as Dr. J. This is Dr. Antonio Rozier, also known as Dr. Ro. We are here to talk about the top 5 health trends of 2022. Some of these trends have started already. Some of them you will be finding out that they will be coming later this year and maybe into 2023. So let's start off with the first one. Artificial intelligence in healthcare. We think that is a trend that will constantly continue to increase in 2022.
Right, cool. There are some companies out that are using brain-computer interfaces to help with diseases. A brain-computer interface is pretty cool because it basically will bypass the neuromuscular pathway in the body and skip that part and go from brain to computer. So that's got really cool capabilities of thinking about something like a stroke when someone couldn't really talk or move but still communicate with the brain. Someone's locked in and to the outside world, but their brain still works. So if you connect to a computer, you could communicate, and that'd be awesome.
And we can talk about strokes, we can talk about movement disorders all day, and let's talk about something a little bit more popular maybe to the audience too. AI can also change the way we have actually diagnose skin disorders. Right. So AI skin diagnosis.
Yes.
We have symptom checkers. Right now, people go on WebMD. WebMD completely changes when you have artificial intelligence bot behind it. Right. So this is going to change the face of healthcare. Is artificial intelligence probably change the face of a lot of industries that we know right now.
Right. I mean, so cool. And also the technology can be used in almost all across the board in healthcare. And so like Jay just said, it can pop into pretty much anything right now in medicine right now.
Exactly. So the second one is COVID-19. This one's already trending. COVID-19 becomes an endemic conversation.
Yes, things are changing.
So endemic, meaning right now we're in a pandemic. All right. Technically, it's not endemic. However, people want it to be endemic so bad.
I know, they do.
That now this conversation is coming up, meaning that right now, a pandemic is something that's global. We can't stop it. It continues to pass throughout the globe. Endemic means that in a certain area, in a certain region, a certain time of the year, possibly, that we have this problem that we can get over and then go to the next year, maybe have the same problem and go from there. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced just yet.
No, and I think that the main point too is that, there's still so many different variables going into this, right? And so people, the masks are off, the mandates are down, but guess what? People are still getting sick. And people are still getting sick. And so regardless of what it is right now, still stay safe, right? Still protect yourself still.
All right. Second, and the third one is robots and automation.
So cool.
Yeah. So definitely.
I love this part. I love this because just think about all the needs we have in medicine right now. Transportation. We have issues with checkups. People need to get to their appointments. How do you do that? Imagine if we had automated cars getting us to our appointments, right? And using some cool technology, right, too, in healthcare, correct?
Right. I mean, this will increase the access of healthcare, right? For elderly patients, for maybe mobility issues, things like that. We'll see a lot of robots, and there's some robots coming out right now. Like I saw this robot the other day that it's basically like a tray with wheels on it, which sounds so simple. But you can call it to you with items on top. So basically think about a portable dinner table that brings you your dinner if you can't walk to the kitchen to get it, or if there's someone that's not there helping you out. This will change how healthcare is delivered.
So cool. I like the actual robot where, let's say someone can't move, right? They're not mobile. Well, this robot can actually help you move your body and transport. Imagine all the people who need help, who have their backs and their shoulders when moving their mom and their dad. Well, now it can be automatic, a lot safer for everybody else too.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being a transformer for a while. So let's go to the fourth one. The fourth one, healthcare companies will start understanding the value of utilizing the blockchain and metaverse.
Who hasn't heard about that yet?
Blockchain and metaverse. So the blockchain is one thing, don't tune out. Metaverse is one thing, don't tune out, right? So the blockchain is something separate. It's basically like this general Excel sheet that everybody can see. Everybody can see the transactions and you can't change it, right? So there's other words that people use with that, but that's how we'll explain it. The metaverse is this combination, alternate universe.
So much.
That seems foreign to most people, but really what it is, we've already have it. We see it in games that gamers play right now.
Right.
It's just that now we're incorporating other things. Think about like this. You're shopping at, say, Lululemon, Nike, Adidas, right? So instead of going into the store, you're at home, you have on either your VR goggles or you're on the computer or you have a phone.
Yeah.
You decide to shop in the middle of the game that you're playing or the middle of either a news report or whatever you're looking at, and you decide to pick something out, or you're in the game and you can actually see how the image looks or how the clothing looks on your body or on a body of someone that looks maybe similar to you, and you buy it right then and there. You go pick it up from the store and you've already paid for it and you already know what it looks like.
Yeah. And they do the same thing for food too, right? Like you're walking around the mall, oh, I think I want, this pretzel, this pizza. Well, guess what? I can buy it in the metaverse, and then when I get home, it'll probably be there too.
Exactly. So this will start to become a lot more apparent as some of these companies start building out their metaverse. And there's not just one metaverse. A lot of people hear stuff like Facebook becoming meta, like so it's one metaverse, but there's not one metaverse. Basically, if you think about it, it'll be like just like our world. There's different countries, there's different cities. You can experience different things in those cities and countries. And so you'll be able to go to those cities and countries virtually, experience, maybe buy something there, and then take it back or maybe have it at home.
Right. I mean, people right now, I think, are pretty nervous about this. They don't really know what to think of it. But I think as it becomes way more user-friendly and people see these things, it's going to open up. It's going to open up for sure.
Absolutely. The last one, we will start to really understand the use case for smart glasses in 2022. And what I mean by smart glasses, we're talking about artificial intelligence, AR, which is augmented reality. Those terms may shock you or may kind of set you back a little bit if you're not familiar with them. But what it really means is we'll start to interact with our environment through our glasses instead of just using our cell phones. Because the issue is that who wants to do this all day, right? No one does, but we kind of get used to it.
It's called cell phone neck.
Exactly, cell phone neck. And now we'll be able to take this cell phone, put it on our glasses, just like Dr. Rowe's glasses, and he would be interacting and being able to see his cell phone and maybe talking to somebody and actually maybe going through his pictures. So this will be a trend.
I like the thought about how we can use it in healthcare as a physician. I mean, so there's so much little small data points that we have to always keep going back and forth to. So what if I walk in the room and automatically I can see your blood pressure, I can see your heart rate, I can see your pain scale. It's a lot of those, and now it'll make it more efficient for me and the patient. So I can't wait to see what happens this year.
Absolutely. So we have a few bonus topics, so trends. The first bonus trend is almost similar to the robot trend, but it's the EV, the electric vehicle makers will start to really introduce the healthcare use case for their cars. Think elderly, like we talked about before, a completely autonomous car coming to pick them up for their appointment to come see you, Dr. Rowe.
And I think now, these EV cars, I think we are looking at them now because these gas prices.
Oh, man, these gas prices.
But I mean, so at some point though, my concern is just it will be the cost, right? I mean, you can see the cost of these EV cars now. So how are we going to incorporate people's, insurances, people's incomes into this? Because it won't be cheap. No, that's for sure. And so, especially new technology, it's going to be amazing. But I just hope that, along with everything else, people have access to it too.
I can see that being an issue, but I also can see that being maybe wrapped up into a monthly fee. We paid monthly premiums for insurance. So could those premiums be slightly altered depending on your need to include maybe a premium that includes a membership to an automated vehicle, maybe some type of other automated service? So I can see this working, but insurance companies, you have to work with us. You have to work with us on this. So let's go to the next one. Magic mushrooms.
Magic
mushrooms.
Psilocybin.
You know, I've talked to multiple clinicians about this. No one really believes me that this is coming down the pipeline very, very soon. I mean, we're talking about within the next couple of years that we could be seeing what you know as magic mushrooms treat different mental health disorders.
Right. I mean, I think the big mental health disorder that mushrooms are being used for, we think about use for, is depression.
Yep.
Right? We know that psilocybin and psilocin are the chemicals in the mushroom that are studied right now. There was a report, a good article that came out. It was a 6-week study. They looked at psilocybin and escitalopram, which is an antidepressant. And they found that they pretty much were equal, and in some of the patients, the mushrooms worked a little better. So it's a plant, it's natural, people have less side effects. And I mean, so imagine the potential of using a plant to treat mental health.
I mean, it's huge. I mean, in pharmaceuticals, we use plants all the time, but you don't think of them as plants because the end product is this pill that you know does this particular thing, right? But psilocybin has really proven to be useful and has a use case, and we're just now cracking the door open to see what it can do in the future. So it'll be interesting to see how this trend plays out in 2022 and on to 2023.
Right. I mean, they're taking really ancient medicine and now just kind of evolving it for 2022.
Right. Medicine that we've been using for centuries, technology that we have now.
That's it.
Blend those together. We'll see what happens. Last one is oh, sorry, that was the last one. The magic mushrooms. So we get the secondary symptoms from mushrooms, like the well-being, the increased well-being, and those things. So it could be better.
So many different things. So I mean, increased well-being, increased attitude, less stress and anxiety, besides the depression, right? And also we talk about how it can make people even think a little better, a little clearer, because it actually makes new neuron connections in your brain.
Exactly.
And so it's really awesome. So using it scientifically and medically is a whole new avenue that we're about to embark on right now.